Hi everyone, it's Pat here, and I am coming to you today with a timely message, I believe. You see, it's the first day of February already, right? And I know, based on conversations I've had with many of you out there, that the month of January just flew by. I also know that many of you set some very lofty goals for the new year, as did I. Well, here we are, 1st of February. And so what does that mean with respect to what have you achieved? What's been getting in your way? What's your thought process right now with respect to, did you generate the revenue you wanted in January? Are you tracking with your other goals with respect to whatever the vision was? And so it prompted me to sit back and give some serious thought to what did I want this message to be about today? And it is about moving forward in the next 11 months of this year with grace, with focus, with ambition and initiative and energy, and also coming out the other end each and every month, each and every week, feeling like we've achieved something, that we are in fact creating our best life this year. So I've summarized a few points that I want to share with you that are giving me food for thought as I step into this new month. And I trust that this will help you as well. So I normally summarize everything into 3 steps. Not so much this time. I've got 7 points I want to share with you. So you can get your pen out if you want, or just listen up and pay attention and hit reply and let me know what you're thinking once you have had time to listen to the video and read the email. So here we go. And again, it's a bit of a different approach, but I want to give you some simple steps for February. Let's get fit and fab and fabulous for February. Number 1 is about creating the vision. Now, I know many of you create a vision board. I know it's a common practice out there, but what I also know for sure is that most people don't know the rest of the process when it comes to bringing that vision to life. So of course you want to work with the life balance wheel. I always focus on 3 areas. For me this year, it's health, wealth, and happiness. And so with that in mind, I create the vision board and then follow it through. With those 3 categories, I move that into 3 goals, and I move those into 3 action steps on each, and then I put that into the calendar and make sure that I take action on it. So the vision board becomes my reality. That's number 1. So for those of you who are just sitting and looking at that vision board, I want you to ask yourself the question, are you up leveling? Are you changing anything? Are you growing? Are you developing? Or without that vision, are you just happy to sit back and settle and compromise and therefore accept that this year is going to be just like last year? That's the thought-provoking question. Number 2, which I believe to be so essential in creating our best life, is to feed your mind. That's so important. Bring in something new to your mind every day, because otherwise you're operating on the same old beliefs, the same thoughts, the same actions, and therefore again you're just recreating what happened last year. You deserve better than that. So go with the old or bring in some of the new. Feed the mind. Number 3, feed your body. Listen, it takes a lot of energy to reach your goals. I know that for sure. So feed your body. And what that means is get your body in shape, because that sets the stage for any other change that you want to make mentally or emotionally. Because when we feel good, we do good. So feed that body. That's number 3. Number 4, find a great role model. Listen, nobody achieves any level of success, change, improvement, or growth on their own. Nobody does that. So who is getting the results you want? Look around, think about that, and get very clear on who that is, and then make the approach. For me, many of you know that I have another stream of revenue now. I've incorporated health and wellness into my coaching. So now it's business and lifestyle coaching. And in fact, am promoting and using the Isogenics health products. All right, so I've got to grow that part of the business, and therefore I'm in startup mode again, if you will. Who do I know that is where I want to be? And I look around at the people who would be my role model. That would be Jeff Boris, my trainer and my coach. He's challenging me to some ninja warrior opportunities this year. And I step up to that challenge. But because I feed my body and I feed my mind, Carolyn Rodriguez, who is living the life, and she has created that. I look to her as a role model. Jimmy Smith, he's in his 90s with Isogenics. What I love about him is his philosophy of focusing on people, not processes. So find role models and then be around those people. Remember that circle of 5 concept. Number 5, take massive action. I'm not talking about learning every angle of social media. Yes, that's important. And yes, you want to take action with that. Many of you know I set my timer for 3 times a day, morning, noon, and later in the day. And I'm on social media. I have a presence. But otherwise, you want to take massive action. And what I mean by that is you want to do, you want to be, you want to act, you want to speak, you want to see people eyeball to eyeball. You want to talk to people, like Jimmy Smith is always saying. It's the people, not the process. So take massive action. Listen, I highly recommend that you keep track of your time for 5 work days this week. Keep track every 15 minutes. You will be shocked at how you're wasting time. Take massive action to create the life you want. Number 6, get outside of yourself. And what I mean by that is make this the year that you add value, not to you, but to the outside world. And for me, I support a young girl in Africa. Her name is Lasweepo. I just adore her. And I've been supporting her for about 4 years now. I want to up my level of support to her and my engagement with her. I want to absolutely help her create her best life. She's an orphan and she's just doing so well in school. And I want to be a bigger part of that. So get outside of yourself and look around. Where can you be of service? And number 7, get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's a big one. Now, I was reading an article, an interview by Tony Robbins this week, and this is how I want to end this video clip with you. And it talks about embracing uncertainty this year for any of us to create our ideal life. And he says, one of the most important things you can do to make 2019 your best year yet is become comfortable with uncertainty. And here's what Tony Robbins says. The quality of your life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty you can comfortably live with. He explains, because if you want to be certain about everything, every moment, then you can't do anything new. You can't grow. You won't grow. And here's an example. The question is, have you ever been skiing? And the answer for most people is, yeah, once or twice. And what Robbins says is most people who have learned to ski or snowboard are always locked into the basic skill level. They're eternally intermediate, he says. And the reason is because they do what they're comfortable with. And so if they're ever faced with a sharp decline or a cliff or what have you, they're going to be thrown off because they haven't learned how to deal with that. So he says most people give up when faced with uncertainty. But if you can force yourself to take action in the midst of it, you will become better and better at coping with what will happen. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. And those are my tips for you as we head into February. We have another opportunity to make this our best month and to create our best life. All right, I'd love to hear your feedback. Hit reply, send us some comments. But bottom line is, it's not a matter of intellectually knowing any of this. It's a matter of personally applying it. I'm going to. I expect you to as well. There you go. Go live your best life.